back in June, and both games ended the same way. One swing of the bat, Wade LeBlanc walking off the mound, and the Orioles celebrating a victory at home plate. Now the series shifts to Pittsburgh. The Birds, as the visiting team, won't be able to walk it off, but they're still looking to finish it up strong. Game one, O's and Pirates up next on MASN. It's the Orioles on MASN on a hot and steamy night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's the Orioles and the Pirates tonight, game one in this two-game series. And hi, everyone, I'm Jim Hunter. Welcome to Pittsburgh, where the Orioles conclude the interleague portion of their schedule. And, of course, for the young players, they're trying to make an impression over the final 5 games of this season, while the established players are looking to cap strong seasons. And, yes, there have several players on the team this year that have had good years. In particular, Michael Givens out of the bullpen, who has established himself as an elite relief pitcher in the major leagues. Now, going back to the beginning of last year, Michael Givens has 16 wins. That is more than any relief pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. His winning percentage of .842, going 16-3, second best in the major leagues. And this year, just outstanding. 8-1, a 2.70 ERA, 76 2/3 innings, both career highs, and he has been steady all year long. And Mike Bordick, when you look at a relief pitcher, I think the best compliment you can give a relief pitcher is he's reliable. Well, Michael Givens is reliable.
Yeah, he's definitely reliable and one of the most trusted arms coming out of the Orioles bullpen. He has just gotten better and better. And a lot of it has to do with his deception. He turns his back on hitters. Take a look at some of his stuff right here. Of course, the power fastball, mid to high 90s with the heater. Devastating slider as well, which makes all hitters very uncomfortable when the pitcher turns his back literally to the hitter. And here it comes, and he slings it up there. That last fastball, about 97 up at the top of the zone. And I think when you're a slinger, you have that extra life up through the top of the zone. But I'll tell you, Michael Givens, the upside is tremendous. Now, he's already could be considered a pretty strong setup man in any major league bullpen. But there is closer possibility there as well with Michael Givens. Not just because of his stuff either, but because his command's getting better. He lowered his walk rate this year. He's given up more home runs, but I think you're going to see this progression of Givens continuing to figure things out at the major league level. And when he ends up being able to locate his fastball where he wants to, he's going to be a dominant pitcher. He's already a pretty dominant pitcher out of the Orioles bullpen, but I think there's a lot more left in the tank for Givens.
So here tonight in Pittsburgh, game one of a 2-game interleague series, no DH, so Kevin Gausman will bat. We're coming back. Lineups and first pitch are next. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. What a day in Pittsburgh. 86 degrees at first pitch here tonight. Slight breeze and the humidity is climbing. It's at 45%. Yes, it is a warm night in Pittsburgh. And let's get a look at the Orioles starting lineup, all presented by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Austin Hayes will lead off with Jonathan Scope in the number 2 spot. He's had big-time numbers in the interleague games for the Orioles on the year. Machado, Davis, and Mancini with Cisco catching, Hardy, Santander, and Gausman pitching and batting ninth.
And let's take a look at Trevor Williams' pitch arsenal. The sinker's been playing up big for him. He limits the ball, home runs. Only 11 home runs given up as a starter this season. He moves the fastball around. He likes it. It is not an overpowering fastball, low to mid-90s, but he'll move it around the zone. Uses it 70% of the time, both against the lefties and the righties. Occasionally mixing that slider and changeup. You see the rest of the numbers on the year. 418 earned run average. Opponents hitting 260 overall. Righties down to 231, but the lefties up to 288. There you see only 13 home runs. Now he has not, of course, started all season long. He's had some stints out in the bullpen. So they tacked on a couple more home runs, but as a starting pitcher, he can keep it in the yard. That's going to have to be his goal here today against the Oriole offense, as they tied for the lead once again for most home runs in the American League.
Yeah, and the Oriole bats have come around the last 3 games. In fact, they've had 3 consecutive games or 10 or more hits. So they're slowly coming around as we head down the stretch here with 5 games to go in 2017 and tonight facing Trevor Williams. So the O's in the road grays, and here is Austin Hayes in the leadoff spot. He is in center field tonight. Adam Jones sitting it out, still bothered by the sore legs. So Hayes gets the bat leadoff and plays center field, and he will look at strike 1, and we're underway.
A real good opportunity, obviously, for Austin Hayes. A lot of younger players, obviously, getting looks here this time of the year. I want the Orioles and the Pirates out of the playoff picture. Going to see a few here in this 2-game series.
Hayes got that one off his foot, it looked like. A little bit of discomfort, and as you see, Mike, no batting gloves.
Right.
For Austin Hayes. He likes the feel of the wood, the old school approach.
Yeah.
Trevor Williams, 25 years old. He's out of San Diego. He spent some time with the Pirates last year, but he's considered a rookie. Just off the plate, and a good take by Hayes. Williams was drafted originally by the Miami Marlins in 2013. He pitched in college at Arizona State, but he was traded 2 years later to the Pirates. And a foul tip, he stays alive as Elias Diaz couldn't hold on to it. In fact, he was traded, Mike, for a minor league pitcher. As you got to look at Clint Hurdle, the Pirates manager. Richard Mitchell, who did not pitch all year. So that trade, at least to now, has worked out well for the Pirates.
Yeah, right. Pirates that have a lot of young arms, and I think primarily they target pitchers with that 2-seam fastball. They like to try to keep it on the ground, utilize the defense behind them.
Well, the breaking ball breaks down in the dirt. Count evens 2-2 on Hayes. He has 11 hits in his last 35 at-bats, so a .314 clip. And he also has 8 RBIs in his last 9 games. So he is certainly making his presence felt. Pops it up. Right side of the infield, Bell and Frazier. And the second baseman, Frazier, takes charge, and he makes the grab for the out, 1 down.
Now let's take a look at the Pirates defense behind Williams here this evening. Marte, McCutchen, and Polanco. And the Pirates outfield more off the rookie shortstop. Getting the start tonight. Frazier over at second base. Freese and Bell on the corners. And the rookie catcher Diaz behind the plate.
Well, Jonathan Scope in the number 2 spot tonight. Right on the verge of 300. He's up to 299. His 3-game hitting streak has elevated that average just below 300. And that would be something if Scope could bat 300 for the year.
Boy,
cap off this great season.
Yeah, Jonathan Scope, well, he's doing it against the right team here. 4 for 8. A couple home runs and 3 RBI against the Pirates. He wants to keep that hot bat against the Pirates in this short 2-game set. And Jonathan Scope stayed consistent all year long is something that he should be really proud of. It is not an easy thing to do. keep that type of consistency and production. Moved up to the top of this lineup, and he is a huge part of the Oriole offense.
And that ran in and hit him. So on the 2-0 pitch, Williams trying to pitch inside, and Scope will take first base.
2 balls, no strikes. He loves to run that fastball in there. And you see the life, not as much sink on that one as it takes off and catches him on that back elbow.
Now for the Orioles facing Trevor Williams, the only hitter who has seen Trevor Williams prior to tonight, Tim Beckham, and he's not in the lineup. He's still nursing the hamstring. As Manny comes up. And Manny's bat starting to come on late. He's got a 7-game hitting streak coming into tonight's game. Bounce to third. That's a fair ball. Freese has it. Only play is at first, and just in time to get Machado. He just saved an extra base hit. That was bang bang at first base.
Wow. Nice play there by Freese. Freese enjoying himself this month of September. You know, the Buccos not playing that well as a team. And Freese flashing the leather. He's been swinging it as well in the month. How about this one? Definitely taking away the extra bases. Gets that big hop and catches it at the top and quickly up to the feet. Strong throw over and a nice stretch by Bell on the end. Really maximizing that distance there. Ended up being a bang-bang play to get Machado for the second out.
So the Orioles looked over the video, saw that he was out by half a step, and they will not challenge. So Scope ends up at second base with 2 down for Chris Davis. Davis brings a 4-game hitting streak into tonight's game. But the run production numbers for the Orioles down in September. And really, to a man, Mike, the key run producers, including Chris Davis. 3 home runs, just 7 RBIs the entire month of September.
Oh, yeah. I mean, collectively, I think as a team, everybody taking that southward turn. And it was really weird because coming off one of the best offensive months we've seen in a long time, you know, for it to go cold, everybody collectively at the same time was, I think, surprising to the whole team. I know it was to us up here because, boy, were they running on all cylinders through the month of August, and it looks like they were poised to make that big push. The bats going quiet, and I think it was just a string of some quality pitchers going up against them that kind of took the winds out of their sails and just knocked that confidence right off the bats.
And the 1-2 is fouled back. Well, both these clubs, Mike, having very tough finishes in the month of September.
Boy, I'll say, and very similar seasons in the sense that there were a couple good months in there where it really started to bring some hope back. And the Pirates, you know, June and July, they started to play some winning baseball, but August they went south. And of course, the Orioles, we just talked about their big month of August, where it just kind of started inspiring everybody. But see this, the atrocious numbers in September. My goodness, when you start to think everything's going in the right direction, it's completely the opposite. Now they got to keep fighting to stay from out of the cellar.
Well, that 7-game winning streak got them in position. They pulled within 1 game of a wild card spot, but unfortunately it fell apart after that. And when this month ends, they will have gone the season with 2 winning months and 4 losing months. Check swing at a high fastball. Diaz wanted an appeal, but Mark Ripperger does not ask. He said he checked in time. Trevor Williams began the year in the bullpen. His first 6 appearances this year were in relief, but he's been in the rotation since May the 8th. And Davis down on strikes, and that'll do it. Hit batsman, a man left. We head to the bottom of the first. O's don't score. Gosman goes to work. Baltimore to see this series. So quite a few walking around downtown this afternoon and here at the game tonight. Here's the Pirates lineup. Frazier, Marte, and McCutchen with Bell in the cleanup spot. David Freese loves hitting at home. In fact, he's got a 10-game hitting streak here at PNC, a 400 batting average as well. Polanco, Diaz, Max Moroff, and Trevor Williams, the pitcher, bats ninth.
And let's take a look at Kevin Gausman's pitch arsenal this season. The four-seam fastball has been playing big for Gausman. Yeah, his secondary pitches, of course, the second half of the season have come up as well, but he's been able to locate his fastball and work it to both sides of the plate. Wasn't around the first half of the season. He's enjoying a very strong second half. Take a look at the numbers here. Kevin Gausman making his 33rd start of the season, looking for his 12th win, and all the numbers have come down consistently throughout the year. Opponent batting average still very high, but has come down about 250 points in the first half of the season.
And Buck Showalter has announced that this will be his last start of the year. It's his team high 33rd start of the season. And quickly gets ahead of Adam Frazier, 0-2.
You see him driving that fastball down and away to the lefty, 95 miles an hour. He's really started to hone in on that spot, down and away to the lefties, down and away to the righties with the fastball. Really become the go-to pitch, as well it should have been.
Well, Kevin Gausman, Mike, how about this? Home road splits. Look at the ERA.
Yeah.
4.61 at home, 4.61 on the road. Exactly the same Camden yards or his road starts. And he gets Frazier. And a good start on the swinging strike, one away.
Boy, that's nasty right there. Showing the real good fastball throughout this AB. And look how he's working it down and away, then hard up and in. And he targets that spot again, but this time it's not the heater, it's the split finger. Oh my, how about that down and away turbo action from Gausman. Way to start this ball game off.
One down for Starling Marte. His bat's coming on. He's 8 for 17 in the last 5 games, and he'll look at a strike.
Well, they've been waiting for Starling Marte. Of course, big time setback, I think, to this whole organization when he was suspended for substance abuse early on in the season.
It's lined to left field. That's going to fall for a hit. Mancini over to play it, and he'll hold Marte to a single.
Really the key to this whole Pirates team, I think, this year, the outfield. And Marte missing a bulk of the season. Here you see the nice swing, picking up the single. Of course, McCutchen, his numbers have slowly started to decline. But still a very good player. But Polanco out in the outfield, my goodness, the upsetting year for a lot of Pirates fans, and a big reason why not much offensive production all year for the Buccos.
Here's Andrew McCutchen, still the face of the franchise here in Pittsburgh.
How about Andrew McCutchen, the number he's put up against the Orioles, 457 batting average in 12 games. Yeah, has he pounded out the hits, but no home runs in there. So holding him at bay in that regard. Oh, man, is he picking up the knocks. 21 hits in his 46 ABs.
Good cut there, but he fouled it back, 0-2. Gausman in search of his 12th win. And of course, it's a big start for him because of win, Mike, and he has a winning record for the season. As Wayne Kirby shifts the outfield there. He's at 11-10, so a loss, and he's 500. But a win, and he's a winning pitcher for the year. And McCutchen fouls it off.
Yeah, which would be obviously great for Kevin Gausman's confidence. Now it's a matter of next year just kind of pulling everything together. I mean, this is back-to-back years where he's had kind of a tale of two seasons. The first half really struggled, and then the second half settles in, and just a much better all-around pitcher, confident in all of his offerings. See in the second half of this year using the slider and changeup more.
And that ball gets away from Chris Davis. Marte's thinking 3. He's going to go to third. And the Davis throw not nearly in time. That looked like it just squirted out of his glove.
And then didn't really know where it was. A little time to get to this one. Take a look here. just reach across and thought it was just dead in the dirt. It rolls back to the fence. Marte can walk into third base. Another good look right here. Not a terrible throw. Yeah, into the runner a little bit, but Davis has made that play all year long.
No, it's an error on Gausman on the throw. And the Pirates with a runner at third and one down. 0-2 on McCutchen. Line base hit left field. Pittsburgh gets the lead. Marte scores. McCutchen heads to second with an RBI double.
Now the error obviously costly, especially with McCutchen up there and the damage he's done against this Oriole ball club. Picking up his 28th double, his 22nd career hit against the Orioles. Bucko's putting the first run on the board. And take a look. Infield drawn in, and Kevin Gausman trying to get that changeup out front. Get McCutchen out in front, maybe a little rollover piece, but he waits for it and hammers that ball down into the corner.
Well, for McCutchen, his 80th RBI, and here is Bell with a runner at second base.
Josh Bell enjoying a very strong rookie campaign. A couple pretty good young players on this field. Of course, Trey Mancini in the hunt for the Rookie of the Year in the American League. And Bell about the same kind of numbers here in the National League as he's given chase for the Rookie of the Year.
And the change up low. Gausman coming off a no decision last Tuesday against the Red Sox, and he was outstanding. 8 shutout innings. He allowed only 3 hits and walked 1. And the Red Sox eventually won that game 1-0 in 11 innings. So Kevin, a tough luck no decision. You pitch 8 shutout innings, you feel like you should get a win.
Yeah, especially against that Red Sox team. It's a tough lineup to go through.
And there's another base hit. This one down the right field line. McCutchen will easily score. Bell headed to second base as Santander fires it back in. So 3 consecutive hits, and the Pirates have a 2-0 lead.
Well, McCutchen got on the changeup. It stayed up in the zone. Take a look at Josh Bell picking up his 26th double. Another RBI on the end. Bell, he's going down to get himself a piece of that split finger as well. Bottom of the zone, find the bat head and hooking it down that first base line, just out of the reach of Davis. Another run played it.
So Bell, who came in just 1 for his last 17, an RBI double, his 84th ribby. And Gausman and the O's fall behind 2-0. Still only 1 down. David Freese, the third baseman, will bat.
Freese, one of the hotter hitters for the Pirates. Scoring opportunity.
Freese now 34 years old. Drafted originally by San Diego back in 2006. Lined right to Hardy, and the flip to Scope not nearly in time. Jonathan was playing deep. So that ball was hit hard, but right at J.J. Hardy for the out and 2 men down.
J.J. always in the right place. Take a look at the rest of the Oriole defense. Mancini, Hayes, and Santander. Yeah, Mancini, Hayes, and Santander in the Oriole outfield. Hardy and Scope up the middle. Machado and Davis on the corners. And Chance Cisco back behind the dish. He's going to be getting a good look here in the final week.
Well, 2 downers. Gregory Polanco is in the number 6 spot. He's also struggling a bit. 4 for his last 17. Gausman trying to keep this now to a 2-run inning. And he gets ahead 0-1.
They were really counting on this young man Polanco to pick up this Pirates offense. They're thinking about heading to the postseason, coming out of spring training. A lot of rotation lined up. There's a lot of talk about this outfield, whether or not McCutchen was going to be moving around. They definitely knew they had some power.
Mancini in left will put it away for the final out. So a good comeback there by Gausman. Pirates get 2 and a 2-0 lead. of Northeast has won $500 for being selected and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit in the game tonight. You can play Home Run Richard scratch-offs and win up to $50,000 instantly. Learn more at mdlottery.com/homerun. Those fans at PNC Park. Quite a few during the anthem. We heard it with the loud "oh." There's Trey Mancini, who has been on another surge.
Trey Mancini, he's put up some big numbers here. 2 for 6 against the Pirates. Of course, a couple home runs, but one of them a huge one, big time walk-off piece against the Buccos back in first week in June. The Orioles played a couple extra inning games against the Pirates and walked off both of those for big wins.
Well, it's very encouraging for Mancini in his rookie year to be finishing strong. He talked about the mental part of the game and how when you get into August how fatiguing it can be and how you really have to watch that you don't allow it to affect your game, and he's done a real good job of that. For him to finish strong, the major league season, of course, it's about 20 more games, so it's at least 3 more weeks than the minor league season.
Yeah, it's a grind mentally. I mean, you're going to be on your game every day. Of course, under the microscope here at the major league level, that's really what it's all about. But to keep that consistency all the way through, and you and I talked about it. Trey had a great spring training, but he really sat that first month of the season. So it took him a little while to get right back into the lineup. Coach Showalter put him in there. Let's take a look at Williams' high fastball coming into play. Those put-away pitches didn't bury that hard slider down in the dirt like we got Chris Davis to end that last inning, or he'll run that fastball up at the top of the zone, as he did there on Mancini.
So back-to-back Ks. He has 2. Here's Chance Sisco getting a second consecutive start. The Orioles eliminated from the playoff picture. Buck Showalter getting a look at 2 of the top prospects. Of course, Austin Hayes has been playing pretty much every day, and now Sisco will get some looks in the final 5 games. He started Sunday at home against Tampa Bay, and another start here tonight.
He's been impressive at the plate for sure. Just his composure, his demeanor in there. He isn't in any kind of rush at all. He has a solid game plan. He sticks to it, makes his adjustments.
There's a bouncer in the hole. Glove there by Frazier. And he gets Sisco at first. Nicely done. Takes a base hit away. And 2 down. Well, the Pirates and Orioles played 2 games, as Mike mentioned, at Camden Yards in June. And here are the numbers, Mike, head to head.
Yeah, take a look at the bottom line there. The bullpen earned run average. The Orioles bullpen, of course, both games going into extra innings. Really slamming the door there with a 2-3-1, but the Pirates bullpen, they got rocked. 10-6-1 earned run average. Both of them lost in extra innings. Gibbons coming away with a win. Brad Brock coming away with a win. And Wade LeBlanc going away with both losses in those extra inning ball games.
2 down. Here's JJ.
There you go.
JJ Hardy fans.
Oh, yeah. JJ, a nice send off there at Camden Yards, but JJ's got a little left in him. I'd be surprised if the Orioles try to bring him back in some capacity next year. I know there's still some question marks with the roster, and you know they're not going to pick up that option, but there's some good games ahead of JJ Hardy. He's been battling some injuries here lately, but man, what a comforting factor it is. I was talking with Buck earlier today, just to have Hardy on the infield. You know, he makes everybody better. I think he helps Machado and Jonathan Scope. He's already helped Beckham at shortstop in his game. So a great team player, and obviously done some amazing things here. The Orioles at that shortstop position. A few Gold Gloves under his belt for 30 home run seasons.
Well, the thing about JJ is if he's on the roster next year, it's as a shortstop. However, Tim Beckham can play all 3 infield positions. So if you're looking for a shortstop and a / utility infielder, but Beckham, we believe, will play a lot next year, but at least we know Beckham can play all 3. So there shouldn't be concern that if JJ's on the team, the fact that he's simply a shortstop, and I wouldn't be surprised if he can learn third. But you know, the other part of that, Mike, is that Manny never takes off and Jonathan never takes off.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter. It would just be who they want as the other shortstop if Beckham is the #1 next year.
Right. And for as many defensive shifts that the Orioles implement, I mean, who's a shortstop? Well, nobody even knows anymore. For as much movement, I mean, J.J. Hardy with the shift on, he'll go over behind second base or even on the second base side of it. Beckham did it as well. Manny Machado slides over the shortstop position. I mean, the shift in the game, it's now just, okay, you got a handful of infielders, put them out there. I don't think you could have to be as specific as far as naming shortstops. It's just where you're playing on the field.
Anthony Santander getting a start in right field tonight with Adam Jones sitting it out with the sore legs. Hayes moved to center field, so Santander gets in there. He's had just 1 at bat in the Orioles' last 8 games. 2-out base runner on the walk. Pretty good cut there, and he fouls it straight back.
Santander out early today. Getting some batting practice. Swings from both sides of the plate, showing off his power. Just the young man with no weakness on either side. Big time pop both ways. Only 22 years old. So he'd like to light it up a little bit here in the final few games of the season.
Making the jump from A-ball as a Rule 5 pick. Spent most of the year in Sarasota rehabbing that injured elbow. And he must be on the opening day roster next year because he's still under the bylaws of the Rule 5 pick. Has to be 90 consecutive days, I believe, and then the Rule 5 status goes away.
Yeah, so he's going to go play some Arizona Fall League baseball. Get some more ABs under his belt. Missing so much time this year. Of course, hopefully coming to spring training ready to go.
Last year he played with Lynchburg, the Indians team in the Carolina League, and he had 20 home runs and drove in 95. And that's what attracted the Orioles to taking a flyer on him as a Rule 5 pick. One and 2 on him with Hardy at first, 2 down. And he just gets a piece to stay alive.
Good slider there from Williams down in the dirt. And of course, Santander giving chase right there. Wouldn't be surprised being this far ahead that he tries to bury another slider down in the dirt so he can get the youngster to swing at it.
You know, the makeup of the outfield next year, it's going to be an interesting spring training. Because Trey Mancini now is the everyday left fielder, and of course you have number 10 in center field. And we expect that Austin Hayes will be given every opportunity to win right field for opening day next year. And then you have Santander, who has to be on the roster. He's an outfielder. It helps that he's a switch hitter. And then you wonder, well, does Joey Rickard fit as the number 5 outfielder because defensively he plays all 3? And let's not forget about Cedric Mullins.
Yeah, right.
He had a quiet year at Bowie because of the hamstring injury, but he is a guy that they really love. A lot of speed and a very good defensive player.
All right.
You know, if he's on the team, you'd rather he play every day, but he's still somebody that will get a good look in the spring. 2 and 2 on Santander. All 3. So back-to-back real good at bats as Williams couldn't put away Hardy. Now he's 3 and 2 on Santander.
Well, you got to believe that the Orioles will bring in another truckload of outfielders. Seems like every spring training they bring in about 12 to 14 outfielders and then kind of work their way through.
Gausman waiting on deck. Hardy will go on the 3-2. And he got him. So 2 Ks in the inning, 3 in the game, 2 out, walk, a man left, mid-second, 2-0 Pittsburgh. 2 starts. We broke it down his first 16 and his last 16.
Yeah, I'll take the last 16 plays. Yeah, he's really stepped up. 8-3 in the second half and 3.30 earned run average. I mean, really his whole game has gotten better. His confidence has grown. I think so much of it stemming from the fastball command getting better. Somebody got into his ear about mixing in his secondary pitches more frequently, especially that split finger to right-handers. And he's used it here in this ball game early. It's been hit a couple times by the right-handers, but you know, I think Kevin Gausman's starting to develop into, you know, a frontline ace. And last year, of course, we talked about that the second half of the season where everybody was in hopes that this would be the breakout year. I think you get a couple years under your belt now. The experiences will help Kevin Gausman, obviously, going into next season. But for as consistent as he's been the second half, I don't think there's any reason to not think that he's going to have a strong year last year. He's just got to write down the things he's been doing, you know, and one of the things, and he's even talked about it, is not try so hard. Just let his natural abilities take over, right? And it's not about blowing hitters away with his big fastball. It's about locating the fastball, moving it in and out, as he's trying to do here, and mixing in the secondary pitches. So he's locked into something that's brought him some success, and hopefully there will be the big carryover, obviously, into next season.
2-1 on Diaz, who hits it to right. So Tander's there. And he's got it one away here in the Pittsburgh second. Well, fans, on Friday, September 29th, you can join the O's Zone Rally team presented by Budweiser from 5 until 7 p.m. at the Wayward Southern Bar and Kitchen in Baltimore. The special guests include former Orioles pitcher Scotty McGregor and the Oriole Bird and his entourage. For all the rally info, Orioles.com/rallies. They're planning their rally. There's Max Maroff, the shortstop. We're off at 193. He's 2 for 9 on the Pirates homestand, just 24 years old. He was Pittsburgh's minor league player of the year back in 2015. And that was in Double-A, and he batted .293 with 153 hits. And Gausman falls behind 3-0. You know, the one thing about Gausman, Mike, and I don't know if there is an answer to this, but last year and this year, he had the same type of season where he scuffled early on and then found it in the second half and then really finished strong. And, you know, the question is, he's the same pitcher. Is it the approach? Is it the effectiveness or the lack of effectiveness? And I mean, this isn't a game where you can turn on a switch. You know, right. He turns on a switch. I don't know how he does it.
Well, you know, I think coming out of spring training this season, there's a lot of pressure put on Kevin Gausman's shoulders, and he just didn't handle it very well. You know, he was given the #1 spot coming out of spring training, that opening day start at Camden Yards, and I think it just might have been too much for him to take. I know a lot of people, myself included, thought he was ready for that jump. Maybe next year he will be, but I think he just tried a little too hard the first half. He, in his mind, said, okay, I'm the #1 in this rotation. I'm going to lead, and he did everything he possibly could to try to do that except command the fastball. And he would lose it up in the zone and get whacked. I mean, his earned run average first half, we just showed you the numbers, just not good at all. So Kevin, he made the adjustments, and now it's just a matter of locking in there and being consistent with this approach he's had in the second half of the season.
Trevor Williams, the pitcher, misses at the bunt attempt. Well, the thing about Gausman, there's one very encouraging part of his season this year, and that's the fact that he has 11 wins and 7 have been on the road. Prior to this year, he just had a heck of a time winning games away from Camden Yards.
I know. Yeah, one of those bizarre things where you know, he even tried some different things. You know, starting his warm-ups a little bit later, coming out of the bullpen.
He pulled the bat back and was right there for a strike. Manny's just about on top of him.
So it's, you know, it's all about learning at this level, and now Kevin Gausman's had 2 full years as a starter in this rotation, and he's going to figure it out. I mean, there's just been too many positive things happen to Gausman in the last 2 seasons, and it's going to happen for him. He's going to be a more consistent pitcher.
And Williams fouls off the bunt attempt, so he's down on strikes. And 2 away. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. That's a big out for Gausman. The runner still at first and 2 down. Gorgeous ballpark here in Pittsburgh, right along the Allegheny River. Frazier will strike out his first at bat.
Yeah, he got the nasty Kevin Gausman split finger. Let's see if Kevin starting that fastball in that outside corner, certainly more comfortable, and has shown that all season long with the fastball on the arm side. But the ability to drive it in there underneath the hands of the lefties is something he's got better at the second half as well.
A little late on that off-speed pitch, and he just did get a piece. Now, Gausman has averaged about 8.5 strikeouts per game, so certainly the strikeout pitches are there.
You know, he can get by with some mistakes now with his fastball, because the hitters know that his secondary pitches are starting to play into the ABs. I mean, Kevin, you know, last season, even the first half of this year, if he fell behind, it was money fastball, here it comes. And typically Kevin would try to overthrow it, and that's when it would leak back over the middle of the plate. So the ability to mix in the off-speed pitch. The second pitch of this at bat was a changeup down and away to Frazier. So that just gets into the head of the hitter. Oh my gosh, he has the capability of throwing any pitch at any time.
That ball's trouble for Mancini down the line in the corner. It is a foul ball. Tom Hallion with a dramatic late call there. The foul ball down the line.
Catching a break right there, but there once again. So falls behind, and now the Gausman fastball plays up. So just a little bit tardy. And maybe if he was hunting fastball, it would have stayed fair down that left field line. But Kevin beat him up at the top of the zone. And now as a hitter fall behind with 2 strikes, Gausman's got a boatload of opportunities here. He can bury the slider. He can go with the split finger down and away like he did his first at bat, and rush that fastball up at the top of the zone again.
And again late on the swing.
Really trying to be protective of that pitch, that split finger. So he fouled it off, and he gets a chance to try to foul it off again. And Kevin's going to try to bury it. Being ahead by this much, move it around a little bit, change the eye levels, but look at the consistency on the pitches, just working that outside corner.
Can't get in the chase there, so the count evens 2-2. So Gausman an extended at bat. He's about to throw the 7th pitch here to Frazier, who I'm sure Buck Showalter has a tremendous scouting report on because he played in college at Mississippi State. Skipper's alma mater. Ball's lifted to left field. That ball is trouble, and it is in there for a base hit. How about that? Heading to second base with a blue double is Frazier. Well, he kept going that way because he couldn't get around on it, and that one just falls in.
Yeah, I think Kevin tried to do the little backdoor slider here. That was another split finger. Stays up a little bit and just keeps working that outside corner. I think at times he's got to change the look a little bit, whether it be up at the top of the zone or bust the lefty in. Every pitch there on the outer third, and Frazier comes away winning that one. His 20th double of the year.
Diaz ends up at third, and you saw Frazier laughing there. Scope must have said something to him like, hey, way to hit a line drive. It's a line drive in the box score tomorrow. It also puts 2 in scoring position with 2 down for Marte. Real good pitch there. Marte looking fastball, didn't get it.
That's that ability now. Kevin Gausman to throw his secondary pitches early in a count. Nice job to get into it there with the change.
Big runners out there, 2 in scoring position. Orioles already trail. There's a real good pitch on the inside corner. So he pitched backwards to get ahead 0-2.
Yeah, that's nasty. Well located fastball, 96 miles an hour, up and in. Nothing you could do with that pitch. So soft away, hard up and in. Let's see if he sticks with that soft down and away approach.
Marte requesting time, something flying by him, I think. Doing that. It's a very warm and muggy night in Pittsburgh. Tried to get in there again and missed. 1-2. There's the Orioles head to Florida after this, so it'll be even warmer, but the game's at the Trop indoors. Diaz, excuse me, Maroff and Frazier, second and third. And the bouncer foul.
How he hit that. Split finger down at the bottom of the zone. Battling with 2 strikes.
Oh, nice play there by Cisco. Saved the wild pitch and a run.
Yeah, big time block here. Now Chance Cisco, of course, this was the Orioles are talking about with Cisco needing to work on his defense and trying to get it good enough to play up here at the major league level. Runners at second and third. You want your starter to have confidence that he can throw whatever he wants. You're going to be back there and be a big backstop. There, nice job sliding over to keep that split finger on the dirt. Catching coach John Russell loving that move.
Inside, ball 3. They got ahead 0-2 and can't put them away.
Chance Cisco in a great opportunity right now to learn from some real good ones. Obviously watching what Caleb Joseph and Wellington have done all summer long, but they're good veterans in the sense that they're going to help their teammates out. Chance Cisco's just picking their brain, game calling.
That's a tough one to lose, getting ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and a 2-out walk to load the bases. 2 walks in the inning to go with the blue double.
See here though, Roger McDowell taking the lead. Go out there and settle Kevin Gausman down a little bit in this bases loaded jam. This is a situation where Chance Cisco, 22 years old, he'll learn to take the leadership role. And, hey, well, you got a little bit more time than me out here, but be more aggressive right now. We got to get out of this inning, take a deep breath, and throw to my glove. Something a little like that will help Cisco. It'll help him gain the trust of the rotation, any arm that's out there on the bump.
Well, McCutcheon will bat. He drove in a run with a double in the first inning. His 80th ribby of the year, and he came around to score on the double by Bell. So Gausman has been doing a real good job of minimizing base runners. Has allowed 6 now in the first 2 innings. And he misses high.
He's got the hottest hitters ever against the Orioles. Catching up here. Big time situation. He could bust this open. So Kevin Gausman's got to make some quality pitches.
It's a fastball by him, 1-1.
Basically just a challenge pitch. I got to get back into this count. Even if you can, and a gut ball 95, and McCutcheon swinging right through it. Actually looked at his bat, see if there's a hole in it.
Nowhere to put him. Ball and a strike on McCutcheon. In the dirt, another block by Cisco. Tell you what, Mike, the Pirates have some patient at bats here. And Gausman, the one he wants back is Marte. When Hurdles Club, they're 71 and 85, and they've dropped 13 of their last 17 games. Marte was down 0-2, and he refused to chase. And he draws the walk to load the bases. Big pitch here, 2-1. Right center field and deep. Back it goes. Santander's there, and that ball is gone. And it's his first career grand slam. And he goes the opposite way to hit it out, just like that. It's 6-0 Pittsburgh.
Well, and McCutchen continues to do the damage against the Orioles, but picking up his first home run, and boy, you know it. First home run, a grand slam. Running the bases here. Buccos with a 6-0 lead here early on in this ball game. Kevin Gausman left this fastball up and out over. McCutchen backlegging this one. Right center field bomb.
And just like that, it is 6-0, and here's Bell. Well, the two-out walk hurt. He walked 2 in the inning around the blue double to load the bases. But again, the Marte at-bat was the key, getting ahead 0-2 and not putting them away. Ball and a strike on Bell, who doubled and drove in a run his first at-bat. So Gausman has allowed 7 base runners in 2 innings, and 6 have scored.
That's a tough one. Get the 2 quick outs. Seemed like he had everything in control. Boy, he's had to work. See the 35 pitches. Right there, I've been some patient ABs. They're off with the big walk early on, and then there's Marte. You said it, that was the big one here in this inning.
And 3-2 again on Josh Bell with 2 down. And a bouncer slowly to Scope. Jonathan gets it to first, and the inning is finally over. Pittsburgh scores 4. They sent 7 to the plate. Through 2, 6-0 Pirates.
Take a look at their season snapshot here. They have not scored many runs in the National League ranking. 14th with the batting average, 13th with the runs per game, 14th with the home runs. Now, a big part of this, a lack of Bucco offense. The fact that their outfield was missing most of the season. Starling Marte, we talked about him. The suspension shortened his season. Only 7 home runs and 28 RBI. Gregory Polanco, boy, very disappointing year for him, in the sense that just the power wasn't there. They expected so many big things from him, and McCutchen's been the rock out there for this outfield. Of course, coming away with a big grand slam, but their offense is kind of sputtering this year. A couple missing pieces in their outfield.
Kevin Gausman getting in at bat. He's never had a base hit in the interleague games. 0 for 7. He's had just 1 at bat this year. Trevor Williams now, he is allowed a hit batter to reach and a walk to reach, and now has a 6-0 lead. take there by Kevin. 2-1.
Whenever an opposing team scores some early runs against the Orioles, sometimes it's a good sign. We've seen this Oriole offense kind of get energized and work their way back. And obviously have to do that here against the Pirates and Williams. Just one at bat at a time. Make a mark or two here and there, and then hope for a big crooked number inning right back in it. Which the Pirates know all about the Orioles' ability to come back in ball games.
And they have been swinging the bat better as of late. 3-2 on Gausman. Fights it off to stay alive. Trevor Williams, in his last 22 innings here at PNC Park, his home ballpark, he's allowed 1 run. 1 run his last 22 innings. And he gets Gausman. Strikeout number 4 and 1 away.
Looks good, but a little extra life up there through the top of the zone. Kind of push it up through there. 91 miles an hour. Looks like a beach ball coming in. Just takes off. Get the first out of the inning.
Here's Austin Hayes, who popped up to second base, leading off the game. Hayes just 22 years old, the first player from last June's draft to reach the big leagues. Weak ground ball to short. Max Maroff has it. Guns at the first to get the hustling Hayes. And 2 down. Well, the Maryland basketball program will host an exciting home schedule this year, featuring 10 matchups against teams that last year advanced to postseason. Visit umterps.com or call 1-800-I'm-A-Terp and purchase your season tickets today. For a third inning snack, apparently.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet right now.
Ball 1 to Jonathan Scope. Jonathan was hit by a pitch in his at bat in the first inning. That ball's hit well to right field. And chases Polanco back. And just in front of the wall, he makes the catch. So Williams, a 3-up-3 that inning, his first of the night. Mid-third, 6-0 Pirates. PNC for the achiever in you.
Now Orioles starting to make the list of players heading to instructional league. Actually, it's on right now, but also the Arizona Fall League. But Palmeiro, he's down in instructional league right now. Take a look at his first full season here. 127 games, hit 253, had 13 home runs and 77 RBIs. So very productive and finished strong for Delmarva. Word on the street is Preston Palmeiro might be taking some ground balls at second base. He's listed there as a first baseman, but hey, it does not hurt to be versatile.
David Freese takes strike one. See if Gausman can have a quiet inning here. He allowed 2 in the first and 4 in the second.
Kevin's done a nice job getting ahead, but just putting away hitters.
Slice foul down the line, so he gets ahead here. A ball and 2 strikes on David Freese.
I think Kevin can afford to be more aggressive with that fastball in that inside corner. A good one right there that Freese fouls off, but now 2 strikes. He can work it up and in. Talked about him being a little more confident on the arm side with the fastball.
That's one way to fight off a tough pitch.
Man, that's throwing the bat head at the ball right there. A tough pitch, nasty slider down and away. And how about Freese? That's reaching out, just trying to keep this AB going.
And the count holding 1-2. Freese has hit in 10 straight at home. Seems like this is a good ballpark to play your home games. Real good batter's eye in center field. And we have the Pirates in the shrubbery.
It is.
And that hit him. So another hitter that he gets ahead, and this time runs inside, and it hits him. And a leadoff base runner. Well, an annual fan favorite is back. It's the 2018 Orioles Pet Calendar presented by Pet ER. It's on sale now at Orioles.com/pet calendar, at the ballpark and the official team store in York, Pennsylvania. Now, all the proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Each year the calendar sells out, so get your copy now. Orioles.com/pet calendar. Gausman has been pitching from the stretch quite a bit here tonight.
Now once again getting ahead, but can't put away the hitter. Ends up hitting Freese there. You don't need that.
This is the 9th batter as Polanco bats that he has faced from the stretch. Real good off-speed pitch there. Count evens 1-1 on Polanco. Flied out to left field his first at bat.
That was the Bugs Bunny version right there. It just looked like it stopped twice on Polanco. There's the good location at the bottom of the zone. Gausman wanting him to roll over. Double play ball.
Line to right field. Santander has a play. And Anthony has it for the out and 1 down. Bullpen activity. Jimmy Yacobonis has been pitching really well. Beginning to get loose here in the 3rd inning. Watchful eyes of Alan Mills. Why does it have to be a Bugs Bunny curve? Why can't it be, Donald Duck?
Well, because Bugs Bunny has the Bugs Bunny baseball cartoon.
All right.
I don't think Donald Duck had a baseball video or cartoon.
All right, you sold me.
He may have, though.
Here's Elias Diaz. Pops it up. Foul ground. Cisco throws the mass near the dugout, and he runs out of room. So Diaz fortunate he has life as Cisco just ran out of space.
Yeah, every play that Cisco gets, every opportunity like that, chasing after a foul ball. I'm sure Walter's got his eyes on him along with John Russell. Just to make sure things are done the right way, and there's attention to the detail of trying to get the outs. There are opportunities for outs. Nice job for Cisco getting the head up, getting rid of the helmet, the face mask.
Guide to right, slicing towards the line. Santander, a long run, won't get there, and it's out of play. Now, Gausman is creeping up. Last year, he pitched in 179 2/3 innings, which was a career high. This year, he came into this one at 175 2/3, so 4 shy of tying that career high, and he's gone 2 1/3 so far. Down holding 0-2 on Elias Diaz, catcher from Venezuela.
Right now, Kevin's trying to get that fastball up and in. Making some good pitches with the heater down at the bottom of the zone, and Diaz fouling him off, but definitely sees a hole up there, and Cisco trying to target it, but can't hit the spot.
Foul back below us. Going to look at StatCast, powered by AWS, and David Freese as he edges his way off first base. Come on, David, edge off. And he got him. Looked like the splitter. We're so high up, hard to tell sometimes, but that pitch really dipped.
Yeah, that's definitely the split finger, and Gausman using this pitch to the right-handers the second half. This helped them have the success that we talked about. The steady diet of fastballs in there gets that front hip a little quick, and you see it leave, and then can't get the bat head under control. A nice pitch there by Kevin Gausman.
Max Maroff now the shortstop. He got the rally going in the second with a 1-out walk. PNC Park along the banks of the Allegheny. On the other side of the river from the downtown area. Just off the plate.
Good try. Nice take by the young shortstop. A little two-seam fastball worked off the outside corner. Talking with Pedro Alvarez earlier today. Asked him how many balls he hit out there into that Allegheny River. He said he bounced a few out there. But so that's a long way, getting out of over the stadium and down into the water. There's the bull.
He had a press conference before the game today. He was in such demand, returning to PNC for the first time.
Some big years here. Of course, led the National League home runs. It was 2015, an All-Star that year. Third base.
Check swing back to Gausman. He bobbles it, but he has time to recover. And he'll get the out at first as Maroff fooled by the pitch, a bouncer. Hit batsman, a man left. We head to the fourth. 6-0 Pirates. Is brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you, and by the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI Marshall, Amtrak, and Interstate 95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. Beautiful look at downtown Pittsburgh, the Allegheny River. 6-0. It has been all Pirates. 2 in the first and the grand slam in the second by McCutchen.
The Orioles bat's got to come to life here. A hard time with Trevor Williams.
There's not yet a lot of hit. Just 2 base runners on a hit batsman and a walk. Machado leads off. And Manny will take a strike. Manny's got a 7-game hitting streak working. That ball's hit to left and deep. Back on it is Marte. He's got to play. And crossing out to the warning track. He's got it for the out. And 1 away. Here's our Heritage Automotive Road Ahead. Heritage Automotive offering you 20 convenient locations throughout the Baltimore area. Visit us in-store or online at heritagedealers.com. Well, night game tomorrow to close out this series. Then it's off to Tampa Bay. Day off on Thursday. 7 o'clock Friday. 6 o'clock Saturday. And a 3 o'clock game on Sunday. Again, the final day of the regular season. Every game will be played at the same time at 3 o'clock. Davis into the shift. That's Maroff, the shortstop, and he'll get it to first. 2 quick outs.
Just when you think he's going to be throwing a steady diet of fastballs, Davis gets a rare changeup here in the early part of this ball game. First pitch rollover. Trevor Williams, a good feel for understanding what the Oriole bats are trying to do here early on.
Well, Trey Mancini looking to extend his hitting streak to 15 consecutive games. On Sunday, he did it in his last at-bat. Buck Showalter had him lead off on Sunday, so he got the 5th at-bat, the extra at-bat, and he got a base hit.
I was asking Trey this morning. I went out for some breakfast, and I saw this shop, and it said Mancini Breads. So I asked Trey today if he was related to the Pittsburgh Mancini's bread company. He said no, but he has an uncle that makes peppers down in Florida.
And there's a base hit, and it goes all the way to the wall as McCutchen tries to make a diving catch, and Mancini is on at second with a double to extend his hitting streak to 15 consecutive games.
There you go. Trey Mancini picking up his 26th double. How about this one? Staying on the pitch, the outside corner, great plate coverage, and McCutchen after the grand slam to make the spectacular defensive play out in center field. This one gets by him. Mancini walking into second base. There's something going now. Orioles pick up their first knock.
And Mancini now is tied for the longest hitting streak in Orioles history. Consecutive games, 15 in a row as a rookie. Brian Roberts did it in 2001, 15 in a row. Eddie Murray had a 15-game streak as a rookie in 1977. And Rich Coggins, the first to do it, 15 in a row in 1973. Trey was tied with Kurt Blefary and Sam Bowens at 14 before that base hit. So 15 consecutive games to tie the Orioles rookie record. Tomorrow now he'll have a chance to set a new record.
Yeah.
Cisco has a chance for an RBI. Williams allows about a base hit per inning, strikes out about 7 per 9, and he walks just over 3. But the key with Williams is his ability to keep the ball in the ballpark.
Which is surprising to me because he throws about 70% fastballs. Now, granted, he's got the 2-seam fastball, of course, the 4-seamer that we've seen ride to the top of the strike zone. but you would think that hitters would just sit on something hard, at least be able to work a rhythm according to that fastball, because it's not 98, 99 miles an hour. It's low 90s here.
There's a chopper right back to the mound. So Williams will get Cisco, and that'll do it. Double a man left, mid-4th, 6-0 Pittsburgh. Presented by T-Mobile. Well, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, 2 home runs on Monday, number 49 and 50, so he breaks Mark McGwire's rookie record of home runs with 50. And how about that? He also broke Ted Williams' record for total bases, 452, the most since Teddy Ballgame back in 1939, 451. Josh Donaldson, 31st home run of the season Monday, 22 in his last 50 games after hitting just 9 in the Jays' first 59 games. And Yu Darvish, now 2-0, 0-4-7 his last 3 starts, and the Dodgers picked up their 100th win of the season. First time the Dodgers have won 100 games in 43 years.
Man, it's surprising. Of course, everybody thought they were going to be at 120 wins right now. In a rough patch.
I guess that's just an example of how hard it is to not only win, but how hard it is to win 100 games.
And stay consistent, you know. I think Dodgers doing a nice thing getting Yu Darvish over there. Darvish finishing strong. They need those arms down the stretch.
He may fall in love with that team. He's a free agent at the end of the year.
It's a good place to go.
And for a pitcher, the National League is the place to pitch. Swing and a miss. So the pitcher Williams down on strikes on 3 pitches and 1 away.
I like that weapon there for Kevin Gausman. Well, why not work the top of the zone with the fastball? Cisco flashing the glove up there at the top. Gausman making sure it rides up and out of the strike zone. That'll work on every offensive player, not just a pitcher.
Top of the lineup, here's Adam Frazier. Bloop double and a run scored in the second. That was a key at bat as well, as he was having trouble getting around on Gausman and then just found the foul line down the third base line.
Kevin has just steady pitches on the outside corner. Once again, getting up on the count. It's a matter of finding that put away pitch.
And a swing and a miss. So back-to-back Ks to begin the 4th inning and 2 down.
I like it. Of course, Kevin Gausman, like most pitchers, their split will play better if it starts on the plate. He starts this one on the plate, the bottom drops out. Cisco has to dig it out of the dirt there. Nice pitch by Gausman. Very efficient work there. Just 3 pitches for that punch out.
Starling Marte, key at bat in the 2nd inning. He'll take the ball. Fans, the fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. And Gausman now with 5 strikeouts. He's walked 2. They both scored. Ball's behind Marte, 2-0 with McCutchen on deck. Pirates complete a homestand tomorrow, and then they go on the road. They have a 4-game series in Washington beginning on Thursday to close out the year. That ball's hit well to right. Santander on the run. He gets there. And Kevin Gausman has his first 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the 5th. Birds come to bat, down by 6. Showalter are once again joining forces with Kids Piece to host the 8th annual Trick or Trot 5K 1-mile walk. It's a Halloween-themed race to benefit children in foster care. It'll be held on Saturday, October 28th. The race will begin and end at Camden Yards, and of course, costumes are encouraged, and prizes will be awarded in various categories. Now, to register for the event and for more information, Orioles.com/kidspiece. And Angela very involved in that charitable endeavor, and each year that event grows. J.J. Hardy leads off. He'll take a strike. J.J. drew a walk in the 2nd inning after he fell behind in the count. That's the only walk allowed by Trevor Williams. The O's have had just 3 base runners, and 2 of them came with 2 down in the inning. Trevor Williams has been in command.
Many opportunities. And ball behind J.J. Hardy.
Here's a bouncer to short. And they're off. Okay, this counterpart. And one away here in the 5th inning. Well, thanks for following along with Masson Orioles social media all season long, O's fans. And to show our gratitude, we're hooking fans up with signed gear from Adam Jones, Chris Davis, and Buck Showalter all week long. So follow Masson Orioles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for your chances to enter. Oriole fans and Pirate fans coexisting. Gotta like the enthusiasm for them to get dressed up like that for a game. That is well done. Santander struck out his first at bat. You got to hit Wednesday, getting into the game late. It's been tough for Buck Showalter to find a spot for him, especially with the emergence of Austin Hayes.
I'd like to see him get into one. Make him feel a little bit better here at the major league level.
Well, the Pirates pitching is pretty good. I mean, their starters are in the middle of the pack in the National League. There's a line drive base hit for Santander. I like how he goes with the pitch there and one down. And you know, you look at their starters, Mike, 4, 4, 7, that's 7th. Their bullpen's outstanding. They are 4th. But the problem with them contending this year, you mentioned it earlier, they just can't hit. They're 14th out of 15 teams in both batting average and home runs, and they are 13th in runs scored. So what their front office has to do this offseason is somehow try to find a hitter or two to come in and join this group.
Well, I think they're hoping, obviously, that Polanco has a better year. 10 home runs this season. Last year he had 22, so they were projecting out, more consistent output there. It just didn't happen for him.
And it didn't help that they lost Marte to the suspension.
Right.
Seth Smith is pinch hitting here for Gausman.
There's all this talk about moving McCutchen to the corner outfield. Marte is going to burst onto the scene, take over center. This Pittsburgh outfield's going to kind of be revamped, but with the same 3 young players. I saw Yacobonis out there moving around a little bit or a bullpen.
Smith fouls it back. Seth did not get into a game on the 7-game homestand. His last at bat prior to tonight was the final game in New York on September 17th on the last road trip. He is just 1 for his last 22.
Yeah, he slowed down for sure. One of the hotter bats though in August, like most of this team.
And he's down on strikes. Fastball by him goes Williams, and 2 men down.
So that high fastball from Williams is coming to play quite a few times here. You see the life at the top of the zone. Swing throughs.
Two down for Austin Hayes. He has popped up to second and grounded out to short. Perfect pitch on the corner. On the inside corner. Goes away and he comes in. And 0-2.
Pretty good pitch there. Looked like a little cut action on the fastball.
Maybe a little bit of a generous call as well.
A little bit in off the plate, but received well. And just softens it in there into the zone.
Santander's going to love that. No steals on the year, and they're keeping him close.
Right. Nice piece of hitting, by the way. Santander taking that pitch the other way.
0-2 on Hayes. And he got it. Got ahead with a breaking ball. Diaz plays it to first, and that'll do it. So a single man left, mid-fifth. It is 6-0 Pittsburgh.
for Gausman. He had been pitching so well, only 4 innings. He's got her in the 5 hits, 6 earned runs. Of course, McCutchen picking up his first career grand slam off Gausman. That grand slam coming in the 2nd inning. Now time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. Of course, regular oil changes at Jiffy Lube will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner and longer. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Let's take a look at Jimmy Yacobonis' numbers. This will be his 13th game. A couple wins into the Orioles bullpen with 3.24 earned run average. He is settling in nicely. The confidence seems to be growing every time he takes the bump. He's hitting just 190 off Yacobonis. He has given up the 1 long ball in the first batter, just 2 for 10. And the power arm, he has the good slider to go along with the big fastball, but boy, it is a violent delivery. I think the arms and legs, the herky-jerkiness, kind of affect the hitter. Not feeling too comfortable against Yacobonis.
He'll face Andrew McCutchen leading off. Bell and Freese will follow. McCutchen's had a big night, 5 RBIs already. Yacobonis, since coming back from AAA, when the roster's expanded, has been just outstanding. That one gets away from him, up to the screen. Here's McCutchen's grand slam in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, take a look at the Gausman fastball, up and out, over 104 miles an hour off the bat. Launch angle about Major League average at 26 degrees. Went a long way up there to deep right center field.
And a base hit from McCutchen. He's 3 for 3. And now he's just a triple shy of a cycle. As he gets on with the leadoff single. Yacobonis has been in 8 games since his recall, and in 10 innings, Mike, just 1 run allowed. He's also won 2 games in the league. His first 2 big league wins.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. So his first 2 wins, he got helped out by some of the Oriole defense coming up with some big plays for him. But yeah, you can tell it's just confidence in the strike zone right now. Trusting his stuff, not having to do anything different than he's done in the minor leagues, except throw more quality strikes.
Josh Bell 1 out of 2 with an RBI double. Well, Yacobonis was the closer for AAA Norfolk. Talking to him the other day about his future here with the Orioles. He fully understands that he has to become a more than 1 inning pitcher. Because if you look at the makeup of the Orioles bullpen, when Zach is healthy, and, he's your closer. And then you have Brad Brock, and you have Michael Givens, and you have Darren O'Day in the setup roles, and you have Richard Blyer as the left-handed reliever, the specialist. So Yacobonis can fill a bridge the gap role very well because of his versatility. He fully understands that, and that's something going into the offseason he's going to have in mind as he gets ready for spring training.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I think there are a lot of arms that would love to have that kind of understanding.
Another base hit. So back-to-back line drives. Let's get a look at our Coons.com league leaders. When you're talking Cards, you're talking Coons. And here's the most innings pitched by relief pitchers since the All-Star break. And the Orioles right there, 3rd behind Toronto and Kansas City.
Yeah, that isn't really a list you want to be on. Too many times going to the bullpen means too many short outings by your starters. Yacobonis, the arms eating up some of those innings.
Well, he certainly is rested. He hasn't pitched since Friday. Got into 3 games on the homestand, but only 1 against Tampa Bay, and this one misses inside. So David Freese gets ahead. Real good breaking ball there. Now, of course, Cisco knows him as well as anybody because they were at AAA together. So Cisco should know what to call if he gets in a jam here, and he is in a jam with 2 on and none out.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Cisco's got a lot of things going through his head right now, like trying to figure out best way to go about dealing with this Pirates lineup. Trying to remember the sequencing. We got him out the first AB. Progression through the ball game, so you know his head's working overtime right now.
Freese couldn't catch up to that 97. He's down 1-2. Slow roller. This is going to be a tough play for Manny. Barehanded pickup, not in time. That's an infield hit. That's just a tough chance there. Yacabonis makes a real good pitch, and it's a swinging bunt.
And Bucks pressure on again. Yacabonis, you're right, made a great pitch. His delivery so violent. Hard time kind of recovering. The ball didn't look like it was too far off the mound. He spins off. He can't help himself out. It's up to Manny Machado, and the bare hand effort. It was a good effort, but Freese smelling that base hit to hustle down the line.
And here's Polanco now with a big chance to really break this game open. Bases loaded, nobody down. There's a double play ball. A run will score. Hardy to Stoke. Back to first. Not in time. Wow, Polanco busting it down the line. So it's an RBI ground out as McCutchen comes in to score. 7-0 Pittsburgh.
It looked like it was going to be a routiner. J.J. Hardy goes with the power underhand feed. And Scope just playing deep, though. That's the problem. Jonathan Scope was kind of pushed back, expecting the power a little bit of Polanco. Takes him a while to get over there to second base. We can't set up on the backside. Fire that Jonathan Scope bullet over there. He's got to make that throw on the run, and Polanco able to hustle it out.
Elias Diaz, the catcher, he's flied out. He is struck out. Our Hyundai StatCast. There's no better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Bell at third, Freese at first. Polanco at first, rather. Freese was forced at second base. So two solid singles got the inning going, and then that swinging bunt by Freese put the runner at third. And McCutchen does come in to score. The bonus allows a run. Now 7-0 Pirates.
Try defense out again with another ground ball. See if they can roll it up.
Manny to Scope. Back to first, and a double play. Got him by a step. So that will end the inning. But the Pirates do add a run on 3 hits. And they strand 1. Our Honda do-ups, Scope, Machado, and Davis coming up. Birds down by 7. University College, this date in baseball history. Well, 1926, last day of the season. The Browns defeated the Yankees 6-1 and 6-2. 2 hours and 7 minutes to complete a doubleheader. Wow. And in 1896, Cleveland Spider outfielder Jesse Burkett, 3 hits in the season finale, finished the year with a .410 batting average, becoming the first player to hit 400 in consecutive seasons. And he is in the Hall of Fame. Jesse Burkett, 16-year career. He had 6 different seasons with 200 hits in a year, 2,850 hits overall, and National League batting champion in 1895, 1896, and 1901. And Mike Bordick tells us he was a great teammate.
You edged me out on those batting titles.
There's Jonathan Scope.
Go back to that doubleheader there. How the heck do you finish a doubleheader 2 hours and
6 minutes?
6 minutes.
Last day of the season, everyone was swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah.
Plus a 6-1 game, you know, guys on. There's the difference back in that era, though. Very few pitching changes as Scope lifts one to left field and deep. That ball has a chance. Back on it is Marte, and on the warning track, he runs it down. You see 410 out there, so he hit it to the deepest part of left field. And the ballpark holds it for a long out, and one away. Fans discovered Venice on Florida's Gulf Coast, recently recognized as one of the top 2 happiest seaside towns in America by Coastal Living. Land now at visitsarasota.com. Downtown Pittsburgh on this Tuesday night. Lovely night. Except for the score. Fans having fun. Manny is grounded out and flied out. Trying to extend the hitting streak to 8 in a row. He did not go on the check swing.
Yeah, Manny just missing a home run his last at bat, getting underneath a slider. Williams.
Soft line drive. That is a foul ball. And I think he broke his bat.
Good thing it was foul.
Yes, he certainly did. Where's the rest of it?
Oh, that ball ran hard in on Machado. And a good thing it went foul too, because he stayed right there in the batter's box. Take a look at this. The 2-seamer running in. And boom, takes it off the label. There goes the bat head flying into the on-deck circle. And he's left there with just the knob.
Orioles have not had 2 men on in any inning tonight, and they've had only 4 base runners. I think he was fooled by that off-speed pitch.
Good change right there. Take a look, man. He back legging. Goes down on that back leg. Fooled by the Williams changeup. How about the lowest hard hit percentage allowed? And Trevor Williams on this list. This is just with his fastball, 29.5%. He's showing up in this ball game. Not a lot of hard hit balls, weak contact. Williams surprisingly on that list. Right-hander.
That was a borderline pitch, and Manny got the call. Count goes full.
We've seen in this ball game how he moves his fastball around. Right there's a good look at it. Nothing in the heart of the plate. And a couple fastballs in off the plate. A broken bat there for Machado for strike 2.
Sliced down the line. That's going to fade back foul.
So the ability to just kind of move it to all 4 parts of the plate, inside, outside, the top of the zone, bottom of the zone. Some good movement on his fastball as well.
Right center field, McCutchen has a play. And he'll let Polanco have it, so the right fielder has it for the out. And 2 men down. Fans, the 2017 Orioles yearbook is the perfect keepsake from the 25th anniversary season of Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The yearbook features a commemorative cover with images of 25 unforgettable players and moments from the 25 seasons at the ballpark that forever changed baseball. So get your copy today, just $15 to order. Go online, Orioles.com/publications. I'm going to check that out to see if Mike Bordick is on that cover. The glue to the infield defense in 1997 when the team went wire to wire.
Yeah.
Well, and then there was, the Ripken guy. He was pretty good.
Yeah,
and then that Hall of Famer at second base. Chris Davis to deep right center field. Polanco back, and that ball is gone. Chris Davis goes deep to get the Orioles on the board. His 26th home run. So Chris Davis goes deep, makes it 7-1. And he will circle the bases. So Davis now with a 5-game hitting streak. So his bat coming alive at the end here. And another $500 for our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, George Lipsky of Northeast.
Well, Davis sliding into that 4-hole and picking up the big ball. Chris Davis has had some luck here in the PNC Park. Keeps it going. That solo shot. Good to see the O's get on the board.
The fan that caught that ball threw it back on the field because it was a visiting home run, and Andrew McCutchen had to go pick it up, and he wasn't too happy that he had to go pick it up, and he threw it into the river.
Take a look at Davis's swing. Just pures it out front. Or McCutchen balls landed in his grand slam.
And his throw landed farther into the Allegheny. Mancini a double his last at bat to tie the rookie record for longest hitting streak at 15 straight. He's 20 for 61 in the streak. 328 batting average. Oh, he's right on that. That's a loud strike.
I think that's the only place he could have put it. That fastball was probably 8 or 10 inches off the plate inside. Talked about Trey Mancini's coverage, probably as good as anybody in the game. But take a look at the pitch cast there. The ball would have hit him in the knee if he didn't hit it at the back.
Right there, 2-2. Williams trying to win his 7th game on the year. He's 6-9. There's Davis celebrating his home run. Chris loves hitting in this ballpark. 414 feet.
How about the fewest home runs per 9 as a starter? And there once again, Trevor Williams. We talked about his soft contact, but he's given up under a home run per 9 innings, .75. He's only given up 11, now 12 here after the Davis solo shot. Pretty impressive work by the rookie.
And yet he has just 1 win in his last 7 starts. In part, I'm sure, because of the lack of support. Santana is the right-hander. Leathersich is the left-hander. 14 relievers are active in that bullpen. And the pitcher spot is due to bat second, and the Pirates come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. Mancini, a diving play by Bell. He takes a base hit away from Trey. Wide of the bag, and Bell into the dive. But Davis gets the Orioles on the board, his 26th into the bleachers in right center field. He doesn't want a home run from an Oriole. And Andrew McCutchen, he doesn't want to pick it up, so what does he do? Into the Allegheny. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat and be among the first to receive breaking news straight from the team. Plus, connect with the Oriole Bird on Twitter at Oriole Bird to learn about all of his off-season community appearances and activities. Orioles.com/connect for all the details. And Chris Davis hit one out. Number 26 has the Orioles on the board. It's a 7-1 game. Yacobonis stays on. Here's Max Maroff. And he'll take ball one.
Yacobonis wants to stay in here to get in at bat.
Foul back, so 1-1 the count on Maroff, who's walked and scored into the comebacker to Gosman. Pirates in this game have gone 3 up, 3 down only once. Gosman got him in the fourth. 3 up, 3 down. Off again. He's having trouble getting around on the real good fastball, but Yacobonis can't put him away.
Yeah, he jumped up on it there. 96 miles an hour for the heater. Let's keep bringing it. All he's got to do is hit his spot. Chance Cisco wanted on the inside corner.
Chris Bostic on deck to pinch hit for the pitcher Williams. Yacobonis allowed a run in the fifth. And 3 consecutive singles and an RBI groundout. And he got him. It's a fastball by him for a strikeout, 1 away.
Not good heater there. Painting on the outside corner, 95 miles an hour. It's ahead with a couple fastballs right down the heart of the plate, but paints to finish him off. With that action as it moves away. 95, 96 miles an hour there to get Maroff.
Chris Bostic will pinch hit for the pitcher Williams. So Williams' night is done after 6 innings. Bostic, a September call up. He's 5 for 12 in the 13 games since he came up on September 3rd. He had a good year in AAA, 294 in Indianapolis, 7 home runs, 57 ribbies. Also had 33 doubles. He's got to have some speed. It's part of his game. Just missed the outside corner. Here's the former Oriole prospect Stephen Brault getting loose. Two and two. He got ahead, and back-to-back pitches. He can't get him to chase.
Threw him a nice slider early in this AB. So he tries to finish him off with that slider.
Center field, they got a lot of it. Hayes on the run. Ooh, Austin Hayes runs it down. Nicely done. And then 2 men down here in the Pittsburgh 6th inning. Orioles fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Davis having a big old conversation with Kamira Barti, the first base coach. Here's Frazier. and a strike. Towards Manny and into left field for a base hit. So there's a 2-out single. Nice job of hitting there by Frazier. Just slaps it the other way and he finds the hole. And 4th hit off Yacobonis since he came on last inning.
That's all you got to do. Take what's given. Yacobonis, the big fastball. Just get the bat head to it. Find that sweet spot on the bat. Comes off hot. Finds some base hits. He does that there. Finding the hole.
And a strike taken by Marte, who's had a productive night. Singled and scored in the first. Walked and scored in the second. And then hit a vicious line drive to right field that hung up for Santander, who grabbed it for the out. Roller to third. Manny's got to hurry, and he won't get it. There's another swinging bunt off Yacobonis.
Manny kind of hesitating to get a hop, a little stutter step instead of going full speed. He realizes, oh no, Marte, he's flying down the line, and he tries to pick up speed. A little too late. And a good transfer there, but there was a hesitation on the beginning part of that play. Manny was trying to read a hop.
So after retiring the first 2 back-to-back singles for McCutchen. Breaking ball for a strike.
Good pitch to get into the count. McCutchen was looking for that dead red fastball.
And McCutchen has the single, he has the double, he has the home run. He's missing just the most difficult of the 4 hits to get for the cycle, the triple. Another nice block there by Cisco.
Boy, that was impressive. Yeah. Nice aggressive move there. Corralling that baseball in the spike slider. So there's a little quirkiness to this ballpark here. There's some angles in the outfield where the ball could kick off from McCutchen, but got to get on one again.
Here's our M&T Bank StatCast. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Adam Frazier is the lead runner, and Starling Marte is the trail runner at first. They got on after 2 outs in the innings. So Yacobonis looking to end it right here with McCutchen. Fouled it off. Didn't mean to swing, but ball got on him so quickly.
Yeah, this ball running in hard. He's about to pull the trigger and says, oh no, it's coming at me. Coming at me hot. 95 miles an hour. He tries to hold up his swing. Can't quite do it. Stick another one in there, Yacobonis.
Right field. Santander's back on it, and it's gone. It carried out of here. A 3-run home run for McCutchen, who has an 8 RBI night. And that busts it wide open here in the 6th.
We love hitting against the Orioles or what? Of course, we talked about McCutchen coming in this ball game, that being red hot against the Orioles, big time numbers, but he hadn't had a home run. We've got a grand slam and a 3-run shot. We're going the opposite way. Yacobonis with the heater, and McCutchen depositing it just over that right field wall above the scoreboard. Man, it's a beat down now.
Curtain call for an 8 RBI night. Josh Bell, and Yacobonis got to be kicking himself. He had 2 outs and nobody on. The clean base hit by Frazier, and then another swinging bunt set up McCutchen. Ball and a strike on Bell. Tough night here for Yacobonis. He's allowed 4 runs since coming on. Pirates now with a 10-1 lead. Borderline pitch, and he doesn't get the call. It's 3-1. That is swept to first. That's a fair ball. The bonus gets there to end the inning. Pirates add 3 on a 3-run home run by Andrew McCutchen. We head to the 7th. All Pittsburgh 10-1.
Staying hot against the Orioles, drives one in the first inning. Bell whips one down that right field line. He drives McCutchen in. And then in the second inning, bases are loaded, and wouldn't you know it, first career grand slam coming against the Orioles. McCutchen staying hot. And they put up a 6-spot on Gausman in the second inning. And it's been all Pirates, aside from the solo shot. Chris Davis picking up his 26th. Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And take a look at Trevor Williams' line. 6 innings, shut down the Oriole offense. Only 3 hits, 1 run on the board. The solo home run by Davis. 93 pitches. He's going to give way to the Bucks bullpen. Yeah, a lot of arms down there. Steven Brault coming out of it. This will be his 10th appearance coming out of the bullpen. He's had 1 win, 4.25 earned run average, 18 punch-outs in his work here with the Buccos. Holding opponents to that 275 batting average. Lefties just 207, but the righties nearing 300.
And Andrew McCutchen is now coming out of the game. Second to last home game of the year. So an 8 RBI night. Clint Hurdle allows him to get a curtain call. Marte moves to center. And Jordan Lupo in left now, and Marte moves to center. Strike to chance Cisco. Brault was drafted by the Orioles in the 11th round back in 2013. And he was traded over here to the Pirates. He's still only 25 years old. It was a 2-for-1 deal for Travis Snyder. Brault was the second pitcher. He was the player to be named later. Snyder only played in 69 games for the Orioles and eventually was let go. Cisco's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Robbed of a base hit by Frazier in the second inning. The second baseman, a nice play to his left.
So the Pirates got the best of that deal by far, right? Of course, Brault really coming into his own this year, the International League's most valuable pitcher. It's the Pirates minor league pitcher of the year.
And it's called strike 3.
Take a look. Smooth delivery. Nice easy fastball. 93 miles an hour. And Cisco looking for something else.
Ball 1 to JJ, who has walked in 2 plate appearances. Tim Beckham still bothered by the hamstring. And Skipper said before the game today that Beckham is hoping to get back into the lineup by Friday in Tampa. You know he wants to play there against his former team.
Beckham was one of the bats that was huge in the month of August. 50 hits for Tim Beckham.
Towards the middle, slowly hit. Fielded by Maroff, but well off line. That's an infield hit. So Hardy is on with 1 away in the Orioles' 7th inning. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by M&T Bank. Understanding what's important. And by American Standard Heating and Air. Go to MidAtlanticComfort.com for special offers and to find a dealer near you. Puerto Clemente Bridge there. So Hardy's on with a base hit.
Santander, nice piece of hitting from the left side. His last AB. A chance to show off that right-handed swing.
Off the glove, a freeze. They do have a play at second base for the force on Hardy. That's too bad for Santander. That ball was smoked.
Boy, it sure was. And Freeze didn't have much time to react at all. Gets the feet up and it's coming at him hot. He's got some sinking action as well. He just kind of deflects it over to Maroff. Gets that force out at second base. Freeze, not much time to react. At least get the glove open down there.
Trumbo's going to bat for Yacobonis. Mark is really scuffling. In his last 6 games, he is just 1 for 20 without an RBI. And again, as a run producer on this team that the Orioles count on, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs in September for Mark. Tony Hart is ready in the bullpen.
That's one thing that certainly hurt the Oriole offense. Mark Trumbo's. I don't know that everybody expected him to put up the numbers he had last season, but Really not even close to the production. You can tell he's been struggling to really find a good feel all season long. Never really gotten into that spot where you say, hey, Trumbo's back. You know, he's feeling it right now. He's had some good, put together a couple games in a row, but he hasn't been able to lock in.
And it looked like on opening day that he was going to pick up where he left off when he hit the walk-off home run to win the game.
Yeah.
And you see the infielders shift on against him, with Santander leading off first and not being held, so he's getting a pretty good lead. Right into the shift. There's the second baseman Frazier, and he'll get Trumbo at first, and that'll do it. So an infield hit, a man left, 7th inning stretch in Pittsburgh. Donnie Hart will come on for the O's. No better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Roberto Clemente Bridge over the Allegheny River. 10-1 Pittsburgh, and here's Donnie Hart coming on to work here in the 7th.
His 50th game this year, coming out of the Oriole bullpen. A couple wins with a 3.70 earned run average, 41 1/3 innings, and holding opponents at 285. Overall batting average. Has given up the 5 long balls this season.
Facing David Freese, and he gets ahead. Excuse me, Mike.
All right, good heater right there. That inside corner. And Donnie wants to have success against right-handed hitters. He's got to be able to drive that fastball in. He's worked that inside edge for strikes. There you go. That'll help open up the outside corner. Donnie, of course, very tough on the lefties with that sidearm delivery and the cross body effect.
Shallow right towards the line. Long run for Santander, but he'll get there. And Anthony has it for the out, and one away. Fans, your breakout MLB season is on Nintendo Switch. RBI Baseball 2017 is filled with fast-paced, pick-up-and-play MLB action packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Nintendo Switch. Learn more at rbigame.com. Those fans look a little dejected.
Need some runs, need some hits.
Strike taken by Polanco. Hart has allowed runs in 4 of his 9 appearances since coming back from AAA. It's in just 5 2/3 innings, and he's allowed 5 earned runs. So the league adjusting to him.
Yeah, Donnie's fastball command not as sharp as it was last season. It's really becoming a big piece in the Orioles bullpen in the last couple months of the season. It's that pinpoint command with the fastball. This year a little more consistent with that command.
Into the shift, there's Scope in right field. And he'll get Polanco for the second out. Well, the season will end on Sunday, and then the hard work begins for the front office, trying to improve the team for next year. And without a doubt, Mike, it has to begin with the starting pitching. The rotation has to improve, especially in this division.
Yeah.
And how that gets done.
Well, I think you're going to have to be willing to give a little to get a little, when it comes to starting pitching. And I guess in some regards, you expect the rotation to kind of bounce back. And they have to. It was inconsistent this year. And Bundy healthy.
Manny goes down to get it from his knees. The long throw just got him. What a play by Machado. And then Hurdle's asking the umpires to wait so they can look it over. That was a bang play. And Machado gets his man at first, goes down, and from his knees the flip across gets his man. Diaz retired, and a 3-up 3-down inning.
Brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, take a look at this at bat by Marte. Fastball down, or slider down and away, then a fastball up and in. He is behind 0-2. Gausman tries to go to work with up and in fastball, but Marte going to work, fouling off some tough pitches and taking some tough pitches for balls there. Hard slider down and away. Count continues to be worked. Challenges him with a fastball up and in. And a split finger on the 3-2 count. He draws the walk. Next batter, of course, Andrew McCutchen. And that was the big grand slam, his first career grand slam. He put 6 spot up on the board against Kevin Gausman. Big time AB there by Marte.
Sean Rodriguez comes in. He'll take over third base for David Freese. Only change defensively, and Stephen Brault stays on. Stephen Brault spent 2 years in the Orioles system before the trade for Travis Snyder. Austin Hayes will lead off, top of the lineup. Scope and Machado to follow. After he was drafted, Brault, in 2013, he pitched at Aberdeen, made 12 starts, went 1-2. And then the following year, he spent most of the year at Delmarva and went 9-8. He did get into 3 games with Frederick late in the year. He went 2-0. And then he was dealt away that offseason. And as Mike mentioned, he was just brilliant this year in the minor leagues. A 1.94 ERA. It's beyond stingy.
Yeah, well, nice secondary pitch right there. Good changeup to Hayes. As we've seen the good fastball.
He has a real good chance to be in the Pirates rotation next year. Gets ahead of Hayes. Austin is 0 for 3 on the night. Pops this one up. Third baseman Rodriguez tested right away. And one down on the high pop-up. Scott Barretta telecast presented by authority of the Orioles. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. All Pittsburgh. They scored in the first. They scored in the second. They got 6 runs off Kevin Gausman, 4 off Jimmy Yacobonis. Ball 1 to Jonathan Scope. Scope 0 for 2. This ball's trouble down the line if it stays fair, but it is fading foul.
Yeah, so the Pirates offense waking up here. Game 1, and Trevor Williams pitched a pretty solid ball game. Shut down the Oriole offense. A lot of hard hit balls. Orioles really couldn't string together much of anything.
Lazy fly ball to right. Polanco broke back, comes in on it. There's where the speed helped him. He read the swing and broke back, and then realized it was off the end of the bat.
Yeah, he can long stride it out to make up some ground. Big kid out there in right field.
Here's Manny 0 for 3. Trying to extend a hitting streak to 8 straight games, but hitless on the night. O's have lost 8 of 11, and they've gone 7-16 in September. Popped up, shallow left center field, a triangle out there. Here comes the left fielder Luplow, and he's got it for the out. 3 up, 3 down inning for Stephen Brault. Tomorrow, the Orioles and Pirates wrap up the two-game series. Gabriel Ynoa will be on the mound against Chad Kuhl. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Jeep. And then game coverage at 7 o'clock. We've got all the access you need right here on MASN.
Well, take a look. Ynoa trying to have another good start here for the Orioles here down the stretch. And Chad Kuhl is having himself a strong second half of the season. Slow start to the year, but bouncing right back. Looks to continue a nice little trend here. Finish up the year. Brad Brock now into the ball game. 66th appearance now. The Orioles bullpen pitching to a 2.57 earned run average. There's Brad Brock, big arm. With that crossbody delivery, holding opponents just a 198 batting average. Big fastball slider combination. Lefties are going to see the big change.
Here's Max Maroff. Strike. There's several defensive changes. Joey Rickard now in the game in left field. That pushes Trey Mancini to first base. Caleb Joseph is in at third for Manny, and Ryan Flaherty takes over at second base for Jonathan Scope. Real good off-speed pitch.
Nice changeup. Catching that outside corner. That is the place to go to against Maroff. Gosman, now Brock targeting that outside corner.
And he gets his man, one away. Maroff goes down.
Some easy work. There's a changeup for strike two. And brings the noise. 94-mile-an-hour fastball backing it up.
So Stephen Brault will hit for himself, which means he will stay in, and he is in line for a save in a 10-1 game. If he works through the final inning without having to come out, he'll pitch 3 innings, so he'll get a save.
Old school save.
Yep. And it saves the other 13 guys out there for tomorrow.
Right.
1-1 the count on Stephen Brault. It's a piece of it to left field. It chases Rickard back. Joey in the corner has it for the out. Where did that ball carry?
Boy, that's a tough play right there.
He looks bewildered that the ball went that far.
Well, he's playing shallow, and then of course the left field wall comes in quick. A little tight in the corner. It gets turned a little bit, but concentration coming down with the second out.
Caught that ball right in front of an Oriole fan who gave him a round of applause. Brad last worked on Thursday, and he picked up a save against Tampa Bay. And that's a foul off the bat of Frazier.
Well, you talked about all those arms. How about this? They are lined up in the Bucks bullpen. My goodness. Standing room only down there.
They're out of room.
Yeah, right.
Well, the poor bullpen catcher's got to sit on a bucket. So Brock gets 2 quick outs, and he's 0-2 on Frazier. Orioles bullpen is 5th in the league in ERA. That will go up with the 4 runs allowed by Yacobonis. They came in, the relievers at 3.83. Of course, with Zach injured for a majority of the year, the bullpen really didn't have the dominance it did a year ago. Now, overall, Brock's had a good year. Givens has had a good year. Darren O'Day has really come on in the second half. Miguel Castro seems like he's a find. What role they'll ask of him next year remains to be seen. There's a lot of chatter that since he does have 3 pitches, that maybe he may be best suited for this team in a starting role, and he was a starter in the minors. And he got him, real good splitter. So down on strikes goes Frazier, and Brock comes on, has a 3-up, 3-down inning. We head to the 9th, the Pirates in command. Brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares, no hidden fees, that's transparency. PNC Park in Pittsburgh, 10-1 Pirates. Virgil Clemente statue. And Joey Rickard will lead off. He is in Chris Davis's spot. Mancini and Cisco will follow here in the 9th inning against Stephen Brault. And 2 innings of work so far. Just an infield hit. And there's a swinging bunt if he could get there. Brault slips, throws, not in time. So the Orioles get a swinging bunt.
A good try right there. Actually showing his athleticism, sliding to the knee, but had to go back again. Couldn't quite get the footing. You see him slide, plant that backside, but it gives out. And Joey Rickard topping that little changeup down and away, hustling it out, sniffing that base hit, able to pick one up.
Just his 4th hit in September since coming back from AAA. Here's Mancini, 1 out of 3 with a double to extend his hitting streak to 15 straight games to tie the Orioles rookie record. Longest hitting streak in a rookie season. It's now been done 4 times. So tomorrow he has a chance to set a record. Ball falls behind 2-0. Of course, as a starting pitcher, 3 innings, no problem for Stephen Brault. With a big lead, I'm sure Clint Hurdle's going to be very patient with him here. Ball's behind 3-0. That tells you a lot about Mancini there in a 10-1 game, 3-0. He's not swinging out of control. He took the pitch to look for another one.
Well, I hope not. Down 9 runs.
The ball fisted in the air to the second baseman Frazier. And he has it for the out, 1 down. Let's get a look at Alexis of Towson drive of the game. Go back to the 6th inning for Chris Davis.
Yeah, the crusher. A life here at PNC Park, picking up a solo shot. Driving about 415 feet away. The only mark on the board for the Orioles today.
Alexis of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer for 7 straight years. Come see why at lexusoftowson.com. Ball 1 to Chance Cisco. 0 for 3 on the night, including a strikeout. Getting a 2nd consecutive start.
Kind of losing a little of his command here in this inning. Good time for Cisco to key on in his one spot. It's there. Go get it.
Shallow center field. Moving in on it is Marte. And 2 down in the Oriole ninth. Been out away from a 3-inning save. J.J. Hardy now will bat. J.J. is 1 for 2 plus a walk, so he's been on base twice. Buck and the Birds went 2-5 on the homestand. They've lost 8 of their last 11. Not away here from another loss. The road has not been kind to the Orioles this year. The loss here, they would be 29-48 away from Camden Yards. Orioles also, with a loss here, will be assured a losing record in their interleague games. They would fall to 8-11 against the National League with 1 to play. Well outside, 2-1 on Hardy.
Yeah, there are a couple things you can look at this Oriole team that can find a way to have success on the road. That would be one, and obviously solidify the rotation. And a lot of that kind of comes from the rotation, not having success on the road. You find yourself behind so many times. It's tough to battle back. At least in your home ballpark, you get that last AB.
2-2 on Hardy. Austin Hayes looking on. Bouncer to third. There's Rodriguez. He gets it to first, and the Pirates get the opener here in this 2-game interleague series. So for the Orioles in the ninth, base hit by Rickard, and 1 left. Fireworks are going as the Pirates win it. Once again, our final score as the Orioles are retired in the ninth. Pittsburgh 10 on 11 hits, and the Orioles 1. Pirates get the opener of this 2-game interleague series.